All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my motivational channel, Core Motivate. And in today's video, so if you've seen the last video where I was talking about Senna and the insecurities and all that stuff, at some point in time in that video, I was gonna start talking about standing up for yourself. No, because I feel like that a lot of the times, like people are afraid of that. They're afraid of the outcome of standing up for themselves. And I'm like, fam, I could think back when I was in school. I could think back at my job. I can think with just with content creating. I'm like, yeah, I'm always gonna. This is the one place where I can be as unprofessional as I need to be. So I'm always gonna stand up for myself. But yeah, the internet, any and everywhere possible. I'm not somebody that just lets somebody walk all over me and things. I'm gonna speak up for myself, and I do that too for others. Where I'm like, if it's a friend of mine, it's like, yeah, let's say it's a content creator and somebody gets in their stream and start talking crazy. I'm like, no, yeah, it's like there's been times where I ain't told my friends, I'm like, okay, this is what you need to say to this person. I'm like roast people. That's I'm like, no, I cannot stress that enough. Start roasting people. Say some of the most wild and outlandish, but it has to be funny though. Like, don't just be all like say some like old random stuff and things, But no, it has to like watch some like roast videos, get an idea, do some homework, build up some things, or if you hear something, repeat it back to somebody and stuff. But yeah, it's like no, I encourage that. But no, it was crazy though, because I was like, man, this guy, it's one of those things where it's like, if you I guess don't want people to say things about your because it was funny because I can't remember how it was like how the conversation had started, but I said something to him that got him overly offended. Now, before I had responded to his comment earlier that day, it was my cousin's funeral. So yeah, it was. I posted about it on social media. It was like as an Instagram story, and then yeah, the guy. So I can't remember what I had said to him, but he got offended. Then he was all like, he wrote a comment back to me talking about how's your cousin doing. I'm like, okay. I'm like, gloves is off now at this point. So I seen that he had some kids in his profile picture and stuff. I'm like, how many of them t-shirts have your kid been stretched out with them big old heads that they got? And so I'm like, yeah, at that point, I'm like, look, I'm going after kids, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, any and everybody possible. Gloves is off. I don't care about nothing or nobody. So, and that's the thing where I'm like, people don't be expecting that. They don't be expecting. So he did get mad. He started saying some other stuff, but then people started. The funny thing is like, and there was people I don't even know. Like they were just random people where they were just going off on him and stuff in the comment sections. And then he tried to defend himself. I think he just ended up abandoning the comment and stuff, but he tried to defend himself. All like, well, he just left a comment talking about my kids. And it's like, why did I do that? I'm like, sit down and think about that. That's the thing. Like when you stand up for yourself, a lot of the times it's one of those things where it's like somebody approaches you just on some, when not prior before the comment, I didn't say nothing crazy about that guy. What were we talking about? I'm really trying to remember, but I can't. But anyways, but yeah, it was like, there was nothing offensive that was being said. So it's like, what's the problem? But then yeah, you wanted to take it into a uncharted territory. And I'm like, fam, that's the thing where I'm like, you're not going to out joke me or out roast me or any of that. I'm like, I'm gonna let you know about yourself. So, but yeah, it's like I could think of a lot of different times though where it's like even people I ain't got into it with on the internet where it's like they just don't expect you to stand up for yourself, but it's like they want to talk about you, and then it's like they get upset when you're defending yourself, and it's like, well, why can I not defend myself? Why is it that if, let's say, if it was the other way around, you would be allowed to defend yourself, but I'm not allowed to defend myself? So that's why I'm like, yeah, the internet, it gets to a point where it's like, you just got a lot of people on here, they like to talk about others and stuff, don't have nothing going for themselves. And it's like, yeah, I think that in this day and age we do live in a time on the internet where a lot of people try to rage bait you and stuff. So I'm like, that's the thing, I've been on the internet for years. Like I've been a content creator for 16 years. So that's why I'm like, when people, they hear how I carry a conversation or how I carry myself as a creator and stuff, I'm like, yeah, man, that's one thing that I've learned is that I'm not going to, I guess, like, just have it where people come to my channel or account or any and everywhere else, it even be in another person's comment sections. I'm not gonna allow somebody to just talk crazy about me or say something crazy to me and then just be like, oh, okay, I'll turn the other cheek. No, I'm gonna do a 360 and roast you. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those. Now, I'm gonna turn the other cheek, but I'm gonna make sure I spin right back and say something about you where it's like it's gonna be 10 times worse. So yeah, that's why I was like, and it was funny because he did say something after I made the comments about or the comment, just the one because I think I left the one comment responding to his, and then that's when he made the comment about my cousin, and then that's when I made the comment about his kids' heads being big and stuff. And then yeah, he did try to say something, but then other people started jumping in, and it was like, yeah, bro, it's too late. You already done dug yourself a hole. There ain't no getting out of it and stuff. So yeah, man, I guess like talking to those out there where they feel like they need to go after people, attack people, and they ain't did nothing to you. It's like don't be surprised if they stand up for themselves. But I do encourage that with people. If somebody is going after you and you ain't did nothing to them, you just minding your own business, knowing they ain't gonna do that to you. They just gonna approach you on some old weird behavior on the street. So yeah, that's why I'm like, and if they do, it's like, yeah, pretty much do the same thing that you would do IRL. Defend yourself. So, but anyways, with that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.